Welcome to the Chwang Vibes, your leisurely small talks with Tiffany Wang and Henry Chang. But today is gonna be a delicious small talk.
Where can you catch us?
You can catch us on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Instagram, WTBRadio.org, and the Bilibili, all at Chwang Vibes. So, since today's our last episode of this season, we decided to do something fun.
Yay!
It's going to be a mukbang!
Fun! Well, it was I wasn't supposed to know what the food was, but then I got a call saying pick up the food, and I actually looked at the what do you call that?
The tag?
I guess.
Oh, the receipt, yeah.
And then I saw the food, so.
Bad on your part.
No chopsticks?
No.
Wow.
We are gonna go American today.
So I think we can talk about while we're eating. But of course, after you chew, swallow, and possibly douse your mouth with some water.
Yeah, and we're gonna try to do some ASMR.
No, okay, we're not gonna do that. You know what? All of a sudden, I gotta go.
Harry's gonna do it.
I gotta go. It's crazy. It's just like no time. Anyways, can we dig in?
Yes.
Wow. So to my left and to the viewer's right is cheese tteokbokki.
Tteokbokki is rice cake.
Rice cake, which Tiffany added the cheese herself.
Yeah, because I wanted to.
I heard it made a lot of sense because I heard a lot of frantic movement in the kitchen. I should have known that you were putting cheese and microwaving it because.
No, I actually heated up the oven.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Wait, really? Wow. So impressive. I didn't even know you could turn that thing on. And then to the viewer's left is so like we like to describe things before we eat them.
You can still describe them.
Is like
chicken fritter.
Yes, it's like little chicken balls
with French fries
and like some sweet soy sauce. Sweet soy sauce. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna try this. Meantime, Tiffany, how about you tell the viewers what you've learned this semester from astronomy?
Oh, from astronomy. I can actually count the planets in order now. So,
do it.
Last week, I thought Earth was like fourth away from the sun, but it's actually the third. So, first up, right next to the sun is Mercury, and then Venus, and then Earth, and then Mars. I thought Mars was closer, because in Chinese name is fire planet. So, I thought fire planet should be hotter.
Oh, that actually makes sense, actually.
And then it's Jupiter, right? Right? Yeah. And then Uranus, Neptune, right? I feel like
you forgot Saturn.
Yeah. Anyways.
Let's say that.
Anyways, the astronomy final was much harder than the midterms we had. Although it's still kind of easy. So the midterms, she gave us like 40 or like 50 questions, and she chose 15 of them for our.
She gave you the
and answers. So for the final, she didn't really do that. So that made it harder.
Oh wow! She didn't give you the answers beforehand. That's crazy.
I can't believe she did that.
I can see how that makes it harder though.
Yes.
Anyways, I'm gonna take the French fries and dip it in the tteokbokki sauce. Wow.
Okay. Wow. How creative. How is it? So this is an official Korean food promotion video.
So we have been promoted by the country of Korea.
Yes, North Korea.
I didn't specify. To eat Korean food. Not because Tiffany thinks she's Korean. I swear that's not the reason. That is definitely not the reason, guys. You probably have more Korean food than you have Chinese food.
I'm actually over Chinese food now. So
I
definitely craved Chinese food when I was in high school, and I went to this like widest state you can go. But
just say it.
I know. And when I went there, it was 2019, right? they didn't have any good Chinese restaurant. There was probably one, and that wasn't like so good. But since it's the only one, I loved it. And by the time I moved to Boston, they had opened several bubble tea stores and several like Korean and Chinese restaurants. I was like, what happened? Could have done that earlier, but I'm not complaining.
You literally just complained.
I'm just stating the fact.
You literally just went, why couldn't they have done this earlier?
That's a high expectation for them. Actually, I just remembered, I have this coupon for an ice cream shop that I haven't used in Hartford.
I remember this too.
Yeah. We almost went there.
No one, we didn't actually, okay. You wanted to go, my dad really didn't want to drive over there.
Yeah.
That's okay though.
So how are your finals? I heard you had
It was horrible. So anyways, five, 6, 7. I had a Korean presentation, a business plan, a business presentation.
How long's the business plan?
It's 140 pages.
Oh.
The business plan, business presentation with that. Then I had finance. Then I had analytics. Then I had Korean and marketing on the same day. And then I had OM yesterday. Operations. Yesterday.
God.
I
felt like my winter break's already been on for several days.
I hate you.
You wanted to tell me?
Oh, well, I mean, to add on to what you were just saying.
About your exams?
No, about winter break.
Oh.
My winter break, like this morning, I felt like I had to do homework or something.
I actually don't feel like I'm in winter break either, because this is just my normal life.
Okay, wow. Break is every day, huh?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of your friends ended up supporting you yesterday in your endeavors at becoming the next Long Long. Do you want to talk about that? So,
as a tradition, every one of my semesters aren't ended. Every one of my semesters isn't ended. Sorry for the bad grammar with my exams. But they're actually marked by my piano recital as the end of them. Because my piano recital always happens after school ended. And I actually had the most people came yesterday, I think.
You had so many people.
I think. So this is my first recital after the pandemic, and it's my best one ever. Let's go! Okay, let's go. All right. So I was genuinely impressed by
yourself,
by my memory of everything, and my precision in hitting the notes right. So I contribute that to testing out the piano for almost half an hour before the concert actually started. So I ran the pieces through twice before everyone got in. So I feel like
you're a tryhard.
I feel like I'm already pretty familiar with the piano, and I felt like that helped a lot. So I see a really delicious tteokbokki. So and also, I really like my teacher. Like, she really knows how to help me, because my teachers before, whenever I have trouble going through some passages, for example, they would be like, practice that slower, and then go through it many times. But my teacher would actually acknowledge the fact that that looked easy, but it actually seems hard, and you can like try like raising your wrist or lowering your wrist to like make that happen like easier, or change the fingering. So I was like, that's actually helpful for me.
You know what's funny is that if I would have appreciated the first type of teacher.
Really?
Yeah. Because I've been like, yeah, you're right, I should slow it down.
No, like, it would say, like, practice it a few times, slowing down, and then, like, raise up the speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I would have done it.
And you would have gotten it right?
I don't know. It's a great question.
So, what about your piano learning experience and your experience playing at retirement homes?
It was scary.
You're scared of old people?
No, but I mean, it's just like the pressure. You know what I'm saying?
I actually didn't feel a lot of pressure today. I mean, yesterday.
Oh, we could tell. Everyone in the crowd could tell. You just went up there and you're like, hi, Kelly. And everyone's like, hi, Tiffany. And you're like, I'm going to play something today. Okay.
So I remember my 10th grade recital. I was still shaking. half an hour after my piece was over.
God, what a disaster.
Like, I was like, I'm not, like, mentally nervous, but physically, I can't stop shaking. Like, I'm cold. I don't know what happened to my hands.
The touch of someone? Is that what you're saying? Guys, you know what to do. What?
Anyway. But yesterday, gladly, I didn't shake.
Oh, you didn't shake. Thank God. Because if you were shaking, just let it be known that we would have laughed so hard.
That might be the reason. But yeah, I feel like I wasn't there to impress anyone. So,
huh?
So
What?
I didn't feel the pressure that way. Yeah.
I mean, way to just tell us you don't value us. My God.
No, I do value you guys. That's why I give you guys my best performance with no shaking.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. But it was actually a little bit embarrassing when my whole group of people got up and other performers, they didn't ask anyone to come. So I was like, wow, made me seem so desperate. But like, I was really happy that so many people came.
You are. So you were.
But yeah, my semester ended well with that. And your semester ended well.
Ended horribly.
Horribly. Was my piano recital too?
I would argue that no, it was a lot of fun actually. Yeah. I haven't listened to piano in nearly 4 years, so it was nice. It brought back the memories, especially when there were some really good performers yesterday.
Me?
So there were some other really good performers. One girl was amazing. Two girls were just amazing. I was just like, wow, these guys are problems. Just absolute units. I mean, freaks of natures. But, it is what it is. At the same time, my friend, your friend too, he does not know a lot about classical, which is actually very interesting. I thought he would know more about classical music because of the way he...
Yeah, he talked.
Yeah.
When he first walked into my room, I had these classical CDs taped to my wall, just for decoration purposes. I don't really listen to them. And he's like, "Oh, you listen to Mozart?" And I was like, "Oh, you do?" Because he reads lots of classical novels. So I was like, "Oh, he probably listens to classical music too."
That's what I thought too. That was clearly wrong. I mean, wow.
Because when I asked him if he wants to go to the symphony, he's like, "Sure." I thought that's his interest.
He did it for you.
Well, he didn't actually come. Let's just say that.
Oh.
So I didn't know you were into classical. Now, whenever I go to the symphony,
I'm not going. If I'm tired, I'm telling you, I will fall asleep. It's happened before, and it'll happen again.
Look, falling asleep at plays and symphonies are the best.
Yeah.
Do
you want to tell them the story of your high school, going to plays and you just getting the best night sleep? Yeah,
there are 3 acts, right? Midsummer Night's Dream. I slept so well through that.
I watched Midsummer Night's Dream in the Globe in England.
Oh. So partly the reason why I fell asleep was because I couldn't understand a thing they were saying.
Oh, I read it by myself.
Yeah, because, my English was bad at that time.
Man, no.
And they weren't really speaking English anyway. So I tried my hardest, but I just can't seem to understand people at plays, even when it's a contemporary play. So I try my best to stay through the first act, and then I fall asleep through the second act. And then I wake up super excited for the end. And I clap. Oh, sometimes I get woken up by people's claps.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So when I was what was this, when I was 16 or something like that? In my junior summer. So it was a crazy summer for me. I ended up going to Greece with my family, and then England, my family, and then I went with my friend to New Zealand, Fiji, and Australia. It was very crazy. And this was all in the span of 4 weeks. I'd gone
How
on all
much
these...
money did you spend?
I didn't spend anything on the first 2 trips.
Oh.
And then, but when I went to London, I had already read Midsummer Night's Dream as a class play, actually.
Oh, actually, I didn't read it. I read some other plays. That's why I didn't understand it.
And I thought it was really good when I read it. That was one of like my favorite ones that I read from Shakespeare. And so when my dad told me we were going to the Globe, of course, who doesn't want to go to the Globe? That's so sick, right? Unfortunately, it's not like the Globe because the Globe got burned down twice. But like that's not besides the point, right? You're there, you're like, it's raining. Of course it's raining. It's London, right? And then it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like there's no singing in the play, but they were like full on rapping, and I was like, this is pretty cool, actually. Like, I didn't know people like changed the arrangements. As that was the first time I ever seen anything like this, and so I was like, wow, that was a cool experience. And I'll say, like, in terms of, I'm not a big play guy, but I'm a big musical guy.
You're a big musical guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have very distinct memories of when I was younger. My dad is a huge fan of the musical Rent, which came out in the 90s. Okay. And I remember when I was younger, I would go a couple times to watch it, and I had no idea what was happening. I was so lost. Because it's like 3 hours, and it's about, like, AIDS and drugs and sex.
Why is that his favorite one?
And poverty. It's because the story behind it's really deep. And when I'm 10, how the hell am I'll say this to him right now, because he's probably watching this. How, as a 10-year-old, would I have ever understood the meaning behind it?
He's trying to cultivate your understanding of the
world.
Well,
thankfully, I decided to listen to it, the full thing, on like Spotify when I was like 17. And
you listen to 3 hours of recording.
It's like 2 hours instead, when it's not with all the, And I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like, it's so good. And then I haven't gone to watch it live since. Now that I understand it, though, I feel like I should.
You're still playing?
This is the last year.
Oh.
And then I'm sure in like 2 years they come back.
Oh.
You know how they say like, oh, we're back for our 25th anniversary? Or, I don't know, something. And then I also remember that back in high school, my dad and my sister were huge into Hamilton. And I was not.
Everybody was.
I was really not into it. And then I watched it live. And then I was like, wow, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
The tickets were really hard to get for Hamilton, so I just didn't go.
Oh, but you somehow managed to acquire some Twice tickets instead. That's impressive. Shows your different levels of dedication, don't you think?
Actually, my friend got me the Twice tickets, so...
Oh. So do you want to tell them about what our plans are for February?
We're actually going to 2 K-pop concerts in February.
Well played.
Are we going to the Twice one first?
Mm-mm. Wow.
Oh yeah, February 10th.
Yeah.
And again, it's arena. BU's school arena. Monster X is coming to have their concert. I don't know if it's their first concert in America.
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I think it's pretty cool that BU's, I guess, center hosts a lot of cool concerts. I even heard they hosted Travis Scott one time.
Yeah, I think so. Because, like, I worked there my freshman year, and I saw a lot of artists come to their concerts. And the manager and I chatted about Monster X coming when we were just bored, because we were ticket takers. And after the first 3 hours, like, who's gonna come in? So we just chatted, and he's like, yeah, I'm actually working on this project with Yuna. Like a Korean film, and we're trying to get Monster X also to come here. And I was like, way to brag about things like that.
What was that giggle?
Yeah, I didn't believe him, but...
Well, I told you too, didn't I? That I saw it, like, a while ago, that they had hired, or booked Monster X for a series of concerts. Over the next few years. Yeah, well, at BU.
Oh, in next few years? Like, they're gonna come again next year?
I'm pretty sure they're coming. They have like a schedule.
Oh.
Or a contract or something like that. But I read this back in 2019.
Okay.
So it was a while ago.
Okay.
Not to brag, but you know, I'm up to date.
So yeah. And after that, we're going to Long Island. I don't know why Twice went there. Usually they went to New York. Usually they go to New York. But Twice is going to Long Island for 2 concerts actually.
Mm-hmm.
So after the Saturday one, it probably like sold out pretty fast. They added another concert.
2 more actually. 1 in LA and 1 in
Long Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my friend was like, wow, way to exploit Twice, JYP, because their contract's going to end this year or next year.
Okay, but they're going to renew it. I mean, let's be honest here.
You never know.
True! I mean, the news about G-Friend, so this is really funny. There's a rapper called Lil Uzi Vert.
Oh.
I know, it's very confusing. They all start with the name Little, and then they have a complicated last part. He's a very famous rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a huge fan of G-Friend.
Oh.
And he was like, what the F when they disbanded. He was so sad. Because he was like...
That's kind of cute.
Yeah, he was like, on Twitter, he was like, I was just listening to their music.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got the news that they disbanded. Like, what just happened?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, what if that's us? What if that's us in, I don't know, a month?
Us?
What could be you when EXO disbands?
No. EXO will... Well, EXO already lost some of his members, so I'm okay
Lost?
with it.
they passed away. Some of them
did
some bad things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the case. Tiffany still supports them, even in jail. So.
I support rehabilitation.
Oh, I don't. I'm okay with them never coming back, frankly.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I saw this text history.
This text yesterday?
No, this text history of you. Of like your text from like December.
Okay, so hold on. So yesterday you were like, oh my god, I was looking at your old photos, and now you're looking at my old messages. I'm right here. I didn't die. Like, you're acting like I passed away. I'm next to you, bruh.
Look.
No, you look.
I didn't do those
intentionally. Look how red she's getting.
I didn't do that intentionally.
Kill me?
But anyway, my phone like recommended these old photos to me. And I looked through them, and I saw how excited Henry was for the next podcast. He's like, I'm gonna be the best podcaster. And look at the energy he has right now.
What do you mean?
Did you see that coming? No.
No, I know. Let me chew on this. You're talking.
So, during summer, we did a lot of planning for this semester's podcast, and I actually feel like we achieved our expectations pretty well. We got most of the guests, and
that's true.
we did most of the topics we wanted to talk about.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to do a lot of the content ideas. I want to do stuff like on our YouTube channel, but I also did not expect my schedule to be as bad as it was. But you know what that means. You know what that means.
That means...
You know what that means about next semester?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? you heard. You know what I'm saying?
So, some teasers. Well, if you guys have any ideas, you can also tell us, but we're going to do a duet, right? Live. On the podcast.
Say us that's... How about we do a duet? I do the American national anthem and you do the Chinese one. We kind of combine them.
Oh.
It's either that or we're doing...
That You know, that's the best song you can sing.
No, but it's my favorite song.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, what do we do, Eddie? Do we tell them? Wait, whisper? Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. Oh my god, this is supposed to happen a while ago.
Yes, so he first came to me with his idea last summer. Now
summer? Oh,
now it's snowing outside.
Oh my god, she's right. It is snowing.
And it actually snowed yesterday in South Korea.
You know what? It also snowed in Antarctica. Like,
because Sehun did a live video of the snow.
thank God the conversation before this clap is gonna get removed.
I tried to keep it.
Thank God.
He said his feet make millions.
No.
Do you stomp people?
That's not. No. That's not what I said.
Okay.
I said. No, that's what I said.
So the duet.
Hmm.
We are
What?
doing.
Mm.
I use. Thanks for ruining the momentum.
Whoop.
I use Dear Name. So I actually hadn't listened to that song before Henry came to me. And I checked it out. It's actually pretty difficult. But after I practiced it a few times, I'm sure we can do really well. And we're gonna release a music video with
What?
IU special appearance. It all depends on you guys' support. If we reach 1 billion views, I'm sure IU will come.
Yo, I nearly did something. I don't want to say what I was gonna do, but I nearly had a heart attack.
About seeing IU?
No, about making the music video. That sounds so exhausting.
No, we're not making IU standard music video.
I think. Actually, I have a really interesting question for you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all hypothetical, but if you were to meet your number one celebrity, and we all know who it is, Tiff__Beck, Beck is in Baekhyun, then how do you think you would react? Because on YouTube, a lot of times, so in Korean YouTube videos, when people meet their idols, they lose it.
I feel like I'm gonna lose it too.
Yeah, I agree.
But I would think
Start
about.
crying. You literally start crying.
I think that would be very intuitive. But thinking about how Baekhyun would have the impression he would have on me if I just start doing that, I would be no different to the other fans. So I won't be doing that. And instead,
you're full of it. You're full. That's completely untrue. You'd be like every other fan. You already know it.
Actually, I will be different from his other fans by crying louder.
Becky!
And then singing while I cry.
Bambi!
There's a song he released, and there's a lyric called "I Cry for Love."
Wow, that is not the lyric. It may be the words, but it was not the lyric. I cry.
Yeah, but I'm gonna come up to him with my business plan of making him
your wife or your husband's wife. What do I offer? 2 children. What do you receive? Nothing.
2 children?
Okay.
I offer a lot to children too, and to old people. My best music.
Oh yeah. It's true.
So, winter break plan or?
Well, how would I react, Henry? That's a great question. I, unlike you, would not be crying. No, just kidding.
So who's your number 1 idol?
Steph Curry.
Okay. Well, you can see him easily.
I agree.
You probably have seen him.
I agree. But I don't think I'd react. I'd just be like, my dude! Sup, bruh?
So, you can ask him to play basketball with you.
It'd be unfair.
Because you're too tall.
You can guess. I am taller than Steph.
Mm-hmm.
I am. Plans for winter break. I'm going snowboarding next week.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have a League of Legends tournament on Wednesday. It's a 40-person tournament. I don't know how I ended up in this thing, but it should be fun. Thursday, I leave. I'm going to go back to California. Hopefully never come back. But I will come back, actually, on the 13th of January. In California. My mom is celebrating her 50th birthday. So it's going to be a big party. Hopefully COVID protocols are utilized. I'm going to watch the Warriors game on the 9th against the Cleveland Cavaliers, where Klay Thompson should be returning on that day, which is very interesting because look at the shirt that I'm wearing right now. This is actually why I wore it. And then I fly back on the 13th of January. I'm probably going snowboarding again on the 15th of January. Mm-hmm. And hopefully I just never think about business again. Yeah.
So, are you going to minor in question now?
Minor would be...
So what would be your major?
Man, that's a good question. Mm-hmm. It's easily something in CFA. Yeah. Something in CFA. I'm thinking...
You were thinking painting.
I was thinking painting. I'm thinking I just do a little paint on the canvas. Call it a day. Canvas. Mm-hmm. Yeah, painting probably. Mm-hmm. Or professional ukeleler.
Do they even have a major like that?
Ukulelist?
I actually don't know.
The one instrument that I don't know how to play. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's two. It's basically reed instruments and string instruments.
Okay.
So I played a lot of brass instruments, like trombone.
Well, piano's technically a string instrument.
True. I guess you're right. Trombone. I played trumpet. I learned to play French horn, baritone, and tuba. Mm-hmm. And then, obviously, there's piano, blah blah blah. But I never went into like the clarinet, the flute, that area, because my dad was a clarinet player when he was in high school, and he was actually pretty good. Mm-hmm. And he basically, when I was growing up, said never do it. He told me
because he was afraid you'd outdo him.
It's actually, you're right, but I think it's mainly because he did not have fun. And he's like, oh, but you should do something cool like the trombone. I agree, trombone's cooler than the little clarinet.
Really? I always feel like the trombone is just the quiet one in the room.
I wish it was the quiet one. It's probably one of the loudest instruments you're ever going to hear in your life. The only reason why it's quiet is because there's only 5 people playing trombone and 30 people playing the clarinet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might do the same to my kid. I don't want to recommend them playing the piano. Because it's such a lonely instrument, I want them to join other people.
Yeah, like his idea was I join the marching band or something like that.
Yeah, they sound so much fun.
Yeah, I just didn't want to do that because I don't know if it's because when someone tells me not to do it, I want to do it more. But like I wanted to do more classical stuff than...
Are you just repeating me?
Oh shoot, you're right. You're right, my bad.
I'm the same.
Yeah, but when you have your child with Becky, I call him Becky like that. We're tight. Maybe you don't force the piano. You'd be like, oh, you can pick whatever instrument you want, but if you don't pick the piano, I'll be very disappointed. Something like that, and the kid's gonna have to make a choice. And
yeah, my kid would probably have to play the piano.
Same, if I ever.
No, I feel like it's a really good intro to other instruments. Like
no, it's an Asian requirement. Sorry, it's like a baseline.
But my kid might not be Asian.
What?
I might adopt a kid.
Oh, I was like, how are you not Asian? Like, what? Here's the thing. If I'll be the weird uncle, your kid's going to math school.
Math school?
Oh, absolutely. Trust me, his genetics are not helping him. He needs to outwork his genetics.
What are you talking about?
Well, you have tried to take BC Calc, or whatever the calc class is for BU, multiple times, and every time you've just said, all right, screw this, I'm going to drop it now. This is the future. That is the future.
That's why I'm adopting kids.
Oh, yeah, get out of the lineage. I completely agree.
Yeah, I want my line to die.
Wow. It makes 2 of us. What? What? That's really good. Anyways, it doesn't matter because your kid's going to math school. I'm going to make them go to math school.
Oh, is it him?
Her. Whatever. It.
I'm not having
them.
I'm not having a him.
Dog. Cat. It could be anything.
Not having a him.
So when I was younger, I had to go to math school. It's this thing called mathnasium. So there's usually like, what's the one that's really popular? Kumon.
Why are you asking me like I know?
There's a really popular tutoring school called, I think it's Kumon.
That's the reason, because my mom didn't send me to those, and she sent me to learn English instead.
Oh, well, so I went to this place called Mathnasium. Mm-hmm. It was so much fun. Like you're basically in there for an hour, and I used it as my homework time. And I became friends with everyone, even the owner. She was this Asian woman around her like mid-40s as well as my mom. And I remember like I would just mess around the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually it started getting to the point where the tutors like didn't know how to answer my. So I remember I was taking this geometry class.
Wow! They didn't know how to answer your question.
No, I think it's because like they're in the same grade, but like maybe like a couple grades above me, and they added a new class while they were not. Well, they had already gone up and whatever. So the class I was taking was new. No one had taken it yet, and they were like, "We have good luck, man. We have no idea what to do." And I was like, if you have no idea what to do, and I have no idea what to do, then why am I here? And they're like, that's a great question. So I just never went again.
I actually went to like that kind of school for a semester.
Oh? And it didn't help, did it? I mean, look at you. Look at you. You barely even take one class of BC Cal.
So like the question is like if you pour in water into the pool from one end and sink the water from the other end, and they have like different rates of like sinkage. How much water is gonna be left in the pool at a certain time?
Wow.
And it was just like, this is meaningless.
I used to have things where it was like prove. It was a lot of geometry proofs, and then it was like prove that this rectangle is a rectangle. And I'm like, what the hell? What does that even mean? Are you speaking a scientific language? Like, I was just like, okay, well, I'm using my eyes, and it looks like a rectangle, so it's probably a rectangle. And then that just didn't give me the answer.
But if you zoom in, you might actually see that the two of the lines, they didn't actually meet. Like the print, they lost the ink. So it's actually not a full rectangle.
So you're recommending I get
triangle.
a microscope?
Yes. And go into astronomy.
Oh.
Astronomy is actually pretty fun. Like it's a combination of chemistry, physics, math, and astronomy.
And easy. It sounded easy.
Well, I took the intro class, so it was easy. But I'm sure if you go up, it's gonna get harder.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And you're gonna get blind by staring in the sky all the time.
But it's literally you're staring at it while it's dark. How are you gonna get blind?
Because the stars are too bright.
I feel like you're saying something beyond, like you're implying that something besides the stars are just bright, or the stars mean something, but I have no idea what's happening. So I'm just gonna like kind of let it sizzle out.
Yes.
Well, anyways, my legs are thoroughly just, I mean, absolutely destroyed, and I don't know how mukbangers do this because my back is feeling the age.
I'm actually
hips.
feeling pretty dynamic right now. We
God.
should sit in this position for the next season. But
You're funny.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm serious.
I agree. You're not funny. Anyways.
Yeah, I'm really glad we put through another semester of podcasting.
Definitely the most exhausting one. Definitely the most exhilarating one. Did I say exhausting? I meant exhilarating.
Yeah, your English is like bad.
Thank you. We filmed, I feel like, in a new environment this semester. New apartment. We even filmed in Rhode Island.
Yes.
A bunch of new guests, new lighting.
I feel like we're more comfortable with just the whole thing, right?
No, I'm very uncomfortable.
I mean, not physically, mentally.
I'm both. So, we shall see you guys in about a month and a half, whatever this starts again. To be determined. We'll let you guys know on the gram and everywhere else you can catch us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, WTVUradio.org, and Billy. Yes, Billy, and you can catch us at our personal Instagrams at EnergyJunk314 and at Tiff__. That's 2 underscores, yes, because she's a catfish. Beck isn't Baekhyun. Thank you guys all so much for joining our last episode of season 3. It was a great time, and the food was delicious. Thank you, Tiffany.
You're welcome, and see you guys in
On in
season 4.
Yay.